Hello, I'm Mark and I work for Club Doncaster Foundation. Today you guys are going to take a virtual stadium tour of the Keepmoat Stadium, all at the comfort of your classroom. Today we'll be going in all different parts of the stadium, well, not many people get to see. What we'll be doing, as we're going around, you guys in your classroom need to be looking and listening, because during the tour you guys are going to get to answer some questions about the Doncaster Rovers stadium. Alright, so as you can see, it says the Keepmoat Stadium, home of Doncaster Rovers, but also it's the home of our rugby league team called Doncaster Dons. The stadium was first opened in 2007. We originally moved from our old stadium, which was called Bellevue. As you can see, this is what we call our West Stand reception, and on a match day our players arrive and go through onto the pitch ready for the game. Here we have our Bellevue Bar. Alright, so at the beginning of the match day or before the match started, parents or adults or even children can come in the bar, get some refreshments, and as you can see, it's named after our old stadium, Bellevue. Alright, so many years ago we played a number of matches at the Bellevue Bar, which is now houses opposite the racecourse. Alright, so here we have the Bellevue Bar. Alright, so like I said, before the game they can come here and have refreshments. Alright, so remember that name, old stadium was called Bellevue. Right, so your first questions, let's see who's been listening and looking. So your first question is, what is the name of the stadium? Second question, what was the original stadium called? And your final question for this section, what year did the stadium open? Good luck. Here we have our club shop, so this where you can buy the Club Doncaster Foundation or the Doncaster Rovers or the Doncaster Bells or our rugby team's uniform. So it's sponsored by Elite Pro Sports, so those provide all the kits for our college teams, for our first team, right through to our academy level. So on a match day or before a match day you can come into the shop and purchase the replica kits, so you can get exactly the same kits that the players wear on the field. You can get the training kit. So all that stuff is provided within the shop. Here we have our Club Doncaster box office. This is where you can purchase your tickets for our rugby team, which you can see there, which is playing the blue and yellow, or our football team, which is over there, Doncaster Rovers, which is playing the red and white. Alright, so here you can purchase your ticket very cheaply if you come to a Doncaster Rovers game before the match. Hopefully we will get fans back in the stadium very soon. Here we are in our main reception. Alright, so in here we deal with day-to-day inquiries. It also, here we have it's showcasing our kind of history, the things what we've achieved in the past. The actual club was formed in 1879, and this kind of shows you what we've achieved in the previous years. Our recent biggest success was winning the League One playoff final against Leeds United in 2008. Right, let's see who was listening and looking. These are your next set of questions. In what year was Doncaster Rovers Football Club formed? Next question. Who can tell me in what year did Doncaster Rovers beat Leeds United in the League One playoff final? And your final question for this section, what are the colours, the home colours, that our rugby league team playing the Doncaster Dons? This is our Legends Club hospitality. Also here we have our Club Doncaster Foundation officers. Alright, so through here not many people get to see these areas. Alright, some nice restaurants, some nice boxes what we're going to get to see. Again, make sure we're looking and listening, because I'm going to give you the information to the answers to the questions. Alright, good luck. Here's our Club Doncaster Foundation department. At Club Doncaster Foundation we deliver many projects engaging with adults, right to young children, all across Doncaster. Some of the projects we do are Fit Rovers, we've got NCS, which you might have heard of, we've got the Premier League programmes, Premier League Primary Stars, Premier League Kicks, And especially you guys, you've probably seen a few of our coaches going in and out of your schools. Alright, so these guys, these work for Club Doncaster Foundation. So we're going to go inside, have a look around again, be listening, be looking, because we're going to give you some answers to the questions. Alright? So here we are in one of our sports college's classrooms. Alright, so at the college you can study a variety of courses, qualification from degrees to BTEC sports at different levels. So if you decide when you leave primary school or when you leave your high school, you're thinking about a career, why not come down to Club Doncaster Sports College, alright? It's a great career pathway into sport. At the college we have 5 classrooms, remember that. Average on a year, this year we've got 140 students studying at the college. Again, when they study at the college, they can study alongside playing competitive sports. We have a women's team, a ladies team, we have 2 men's teams. Alright, so some great opportunities within the college. Alright, from the college, we've had many students progress into our apprenticeship scheme. So some of the coaches you might have seen in school, Mason, Jack, and Jamie, alright, they all came from the sports college and now they've got a career in sports. So remember, 5 classrooms and 140 students. Each year, alongside our guys playing competitive football, they have a tour and they go to Holland. Okay, so they've got a great relationship with a team in Holland called Utrecht. Alright, so each year, when we can do, we take a group of students to play against competitive football in Holland. So they have a tour around Holland, you get to see different stadiums, play against different teams from another country. So alongside the studying, like I say, there's all different opportunities that our students can access by attending the college. Here we are in our sports college common room. So in between lessons, students can get to relax, socialise with their friends, get to play pool. They've got a table tennis over there. So like we say, apart from the studying, we want to make it an enjoyable experience for our students. So all this is for them, which they can access when they're not studying. Yeah, so 2 pool tables again. We've got some memorabilia at the back for Doncaster Rovers, the Doncaster Rovers colours. We've also got the blue for the Dons, alright? Right, your next set of questions. First question, how many students will be studying at the sports college this year? How many classrooms are there at the sports college? And your final question, how many pool tables are in the common room? Here we have our hospitality boxes. So we have our sponsors who can purchase a box for a whole season. So they get access to a box each game. So on a match day, they get to have a meal in their box. They get to come out onto the comfy seats. They get drinks provided. The middle seats there with the black seating, that is for our owners and directors. So that is probably one of the best seats in the house. It's right just about in the middle of the pitch. They've got the comfy seats, alright, that's a really nice posh area. And in total there are 14 boxes. Various sponsors who purchase them will feed a beehive, to name one of them, which might provide some of the coaches at your schools, Polypipe, yep, so all that kind of revenue goes back into the club. Here we have a plaque, what we call our Hall of Fame. So here we've got our past players who's made a considerable amount of appearances for Doncaster Rovers. So here we've got Brian Dean who's made 76 appearances, and it keeps going up and up until at the top we've got the one and only James Coppinger. As you can see, it's still blank because James Coppinger is still playing for Doncaster Rovers. So at the minute he's made above 500 appearances, and that's still growing and growing because he's still playing for Doncaster Rovers at the minute. So he will take some beating, alright, so he's a Rovers legend. So number 1 is James Coppinger, remember that. So that's for the football club. This side here, we've got our legends for the Dons. Okay, so again, with the appearances, and at the top we've got Les Belshaw, alright, who's made 229 appearances for the Doncaster Dons. Through the doors there, we have our restaurant. So before a game, we have fans who can come into the restaurant, enjoy a 3-course meal. Our sponsors as well go in there. At the end, the sponsors pick the man of the match. Alright, so for example, if your school is sponsoring the game, you guys will get to choose who you think the man of the match is, and they will get presented with a ball and a bottle of champagne. Brilliant, right, let's see if you guys were listening and looking. Your next set of questions. Can you tell me how many boxes, hospitality boxes, are within the stadium? Next question. Who is top of the leaderboard, the most appearances for Doncaster Rovers? And who is top of the leaderboard for Doncaster Dons for most appearances? Here we are in the family stand. Okay, so on a match day, we have different activities going off, which you might have done with our coaches, such as penalty competitions, Donny Dog Challenge, lots of other stuff going off. All right. Also, you can see behind me, we've got some exercise equipment, because on non-match days, we have different programs going off in here, circuits for men's groups, other kind of health groups that we have during the day. We've also got, where we're going to show you now, in our mascot's home, which is called the Donny Dog's Kennel. So let's go have a look. Here we are in Donny Dog's home, what we call Donny Dog's Kennel. So in here on a match day, you've got a variety of activities. As you can see, we've got Donny Dog with his friend called Parky the Lion. Another friend of his is called Eric the Viking. Okay, so remember, we've got Parky the Lion, Donny Dog and Eric the Viking. As you can see, there's a number of activities you can do. We've got our tabletop football, we've got colouring, we've even got his own mini snooker table, and one of my favourites is we've got our Xboxes where we can play as FIFA against his friends, and sometimes we even get to challenge some of the players. Okay, right, your next set of questions. Who can tell me in whose home am I sat in right now? Next question. Can you name me 2 activities that happen on a match day in the family stand? And your last question, can you name Donny Dog's 2 friends? Good luck. Right guys, what you've all been waiting for, let's get inside the stadium and let's get pitch side. Right guys, so here you have it, you're inside the Keepmoat Stadium. Alright, so as you can see, we've got all the seats are red, as the Doncaster Rovers colours. Alright, each stand, we've got the north stand over there, that's where our away fans go. We've got the west stand, which is over there, okay. Behind you guys there is the south stand, or what we call our black bank. Alright, so in there, that's where we have our kind of die-hard fans, we have the people on the drums, alright. So if you ever come to a game, you'll notice a lot of the noise is coming, what we call from the black bank, alright. We have a lot of our vocal fans there. And then the east stand, or the family stand, which we've just been in with the Donny Dog's Kennel, is just to this side here, okay. So the stadium can hold up to 15,231 fans each game. That's the capacity, okay. Each game usually we average around about 7,000 or 8,000 depending what team we're playing, okay. Our biggest attendance was against a team called Leeds United, which you might know, they're now in the Premier League, which was 15,001. Okay, that's the highest we've ever had in the Keepmoat Stadium. You can see the pitch, it's really lush and green, okay. So the pitch is not just made up of grass, it's made of something called deso, or what we call astroturf, okay. So that helps the pitch to keep nice and green, so during the winter months it doesn't become bare and muddy and unplayable. So that's why the groundsmen, what we call, keep the deso in there, the astroturf, so it helps bind the grass and the deso together, okay. Like I said earlier, it's not just a home for Doncaster Rovers. We have our rugby league team, Doncaster Dons, play on here. In the past we've had different events. We've actually had a boxing match in the middle of the pitch, alright. So basically we put some temporary flooring on there. We've had some concerts on here, alright. coach Josh, if you know Josh, all right, his favourite group called Steps. They performed here. Okay, we've had a guy called Elton John, which some of your teachers might know. All right, so the stadium is a kind of a multi-purpose stadium and used for lots of different events. As you can see here, like I mentioned before, the pitch is not all grass. We've got what we call the AstroTurf or Deso. All right, so that is really clear. All right, because like I say, we have lots of events and lots of games on here, and it keeps the pitch in pristine condition, as you can see today. All right. Just at this side here, what we call our west stand, we usually have what we call dugouts. That's where the managers, the substitutes, the doctors, the physios, during the game will stand. All right. Right over there again, we've got what we call our control room. So those guys in the windows over there, they're in charge of the safety of the fans. All right. We also actually have what we call police holding cells at the stadium, just in case there's any kind of trouble with fans. Those guys will get escorted to the holding cells. Here, what we said, what we call our black bank, if you can just see up there. All right, with our flag there. So like I say, our fans are kind of fans who go to home and away games. They call themselves kind of the black bank, and they kind of come up with the songs, the chants to help support the players. We've got some of our legends, which is Albert Jenkins. One of our famous past players is a player called Alec Jeffrey. He was probably one of the best players we've ever had at the club. You can just see his picture there. He was once going to sign for Manchester United, which some of you guys might have heard of. And it goes right along there to Franny Tierney. All right, he scored a goal which got us back into the Football League. Questions for this section. Can you tell me what is the capacity of the stadium? So what is the most we can have in the stadium at one time? Next question. What is the nickname of the South Stand? There's a clue up with the flag up there. And your last question, apart from grass, what is the pitch made up of? Good luck.